Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to another Friday Lunchtime Live. We have a slightly different setup today. And the first thing I will say is apologies if I look down here, because this is where my screen is today and this is where the camera is. So I'm trying my best to look at all of you, but we're going to do a slightly different setup today. So hopefully where I'm looking won't matter to you. We've got a presentation today for how to press and profit at Christmas. Now, we've done some promo reels this week promoting this live, and one of the main things that I said in it was that I know it's August, but please listen to what we have to say and attend this live, because there is so much that you have to, prepare to be successful for Christmas. And I know it's August and you guys probably don't want to be thinking about it. Trust me, it's not the top thing on my list at the moment either. But if you want to be successful, you need to be prepared. And that doesn't start the month before Christmas. That starts now. So that's what we're going to do today. We have got, like I said, a bit of a presentation for you. So we'll just bring that up on the slide. And this is what we're doing today. So how to heat press and profit for Christmas 2024. So we're going to be teaching you how to maximize on the festive season and increase your business sales this year. Before we get started, as always, I just want to remind everyone to like and subscribe on whatever platform you're watching on. And don't forget to comment to let us know who you are, where you're watching from, and what your business name is. We have got some comments coming through already. Beth, do you want to say hello to the people?
Yes, good morning to Darren. Darren's always with us every week. He's watching from Topeka, Kansas. Good morning.
Good morning.
Why did I say good morning?
Good morning is German, isn't it?
To Armchair Detective, and then we have BMW Girl Abigail on YouTube with us today as well.
Fabulous. Well, thanks for joining us today, guys, and thanks for commenting. We love to know who's with us and where you're watching from. So today, let's get started on our Christmas presentation. So the first thing that I want to talk about is, why are we talking about this now? Okay, it's August. You're probably all thinking, nope, tune out. You're talking about Christmas. It's sunny outside. We're in the middle of a mini heat wave in the UK. I don't want to be talking about Christmas. But if you're a heat printer, if you own a heat press, why are you laughing?
Armchair Detective, that will not be happening.
That will not be happening. Well, you're joining the live, so you're obviously here for a reason. So you need to get ahead of the season. So I'm talking about the target market that you're going to be selling your products to. I'm talking about planning your products. Do you know which particular garments and accessories you want to sell? Do you know what decoration you want to put on them? Do you know what your customers want out of your Christmas product range? All of those things we're going to cover today, and hopefully you'll leave knowing exactly what you want to do for Christmas 2024. We are going to touch on pricing as well, because this is one of the things that I would say probably takes the most time out of prepping for the Christmas season, and more from a point of understanding where you can make your profits and what everything costs beforehand. So there is no point you making products for the festive season if you don't know how much everything costs, how much profit you're going to be making, and how much you're paying yourself for doing these jobs as well. Don't forget to always pay yourself when you are heat printing. Then we are going to touch on marketing, because obviously it's a very big opportunity for Christmas for apparel decorators. You need to be talking about this on your socials. You need to have these products on your website. So we're going to touch a little bit on that today. And then finally, we are going to talk about your sales and production. And by this, I don't mean the specific equipment you're using, or maybe a little bit, but more along the lines of the efficiency of your production process, and how you can streamline that, how you can make that more efficient, and some tips and tricks that we can give you to help speed that up, because Christmas is a busy time of year. Whether it's your first year printing products for the festive season or your 10th, either way, you're still going to be printing your normal products as well. So it's just going to be a busy time for everyone. Plus, everyone wants some time off, right? So we want to factor that in and make sure that you can get everything printed, ready for Christmas, and then enjoy some time off with your friends and family. So that's basically what we're going to cover today. Now, why August? Why now? This is a rough timeline of why you need to be thinking about this now. So we're in August. We're beginning to talk about Christmas a little bit. Okay, it's the 16th today, so we're halfway through the month. But realistically, from the beginning to the end of August, it should be something in your mind. You should be thinking about what you want to do. You should be maybe brainstorming a little bit, just pulling some ideas together, so that when you do come to sit down and plan what you actually want to do, you're not starting from scratch. If you have other heat printers that you're in contact with, we always talk about having a network, having a community, maybe reach out to some of them. If you've got Facebook groups, LinkedIn contacts, anything like that, August is a great time to reach out to them, let you know what everyone is thinking, and just share ideas and see what's going on. Then we move into September, which is when you should be planning your products and your designs. So actually thinking about the specific products you want to be doing. If you're printing for the hospitality industry, are you going to go with t-shirts for the staff? Are you going to supply them with aprons as well? What colors are they going to be? Do they want their branding on it? Do they want a festive related design? Do they want both? Does it need to be simple? Does it need to be creative and fun? What kind of audience are they going to be wearing them in front of? All of these different things that you need to figure out. You need to sit down, think about who you're selling to, what they would want, way before you even consider pitching to them. Under this section as well, we've also got product variations. So like I said, if you're going to be doing more than one different type of garment for a customer, artwork designs, what they want on there, and the different styles they might want as well. Then we move into early October. Now we've split October out into two sections because this is kind of the main time when it comes to getting things going when it comes to your festive products. So for the first half of October, you want to be promoting and manufacturing your products. So this means marketing, it means creating content, it means promoting it, and it means ordering your transfers, getting the stock in for the orders. Then when we move into late October, you've got customer purchasing happening. So you've got a few items in stock already. Once those orders come through, you've already tested, you've already sampled, you know what you need to do, you know how long it takes you, and you can get that production running. So realistically, from the second week in October, you should be ready to take on orders, and your customers should be ordering by then as well if they want to be wearing them in the lead up to Christmas. And then from there, from November onwards, you've done everything you need to do. The only thing to do from there is sell your products and profit. So moving on to what to sell. Now we're going to figure out which garments you should be printing and selling, and making sure that you don't forget that there is a market for non-festive products as well. So this is a whole separate presentation in itself, how to market your current products for Christmas, but I wanted to touch on it just quickly here before we move on to full-blown Christmas products. If you do produce non-festive related products for your business, which I'm sure 99.9% of you watching this do, then Christmas is a great time to market those as a Christmas present, right? Because it's all very well buying Christmas related items for people, but they don't wear those all year round. They wear them on Christmas Day, maybe in the holiday period in between Christmas and New Year, in the run up to Christmas. And then after that, they go in a box or they get donated to charity shops, things like that. So make sure that you're marketing your existing products that can be used all year round to your customers and to your target markets, because that is also a significant chunk of your profit for the Christmas season. But like I said, that's a separate conversation in itself. If you guys do want to know more about that and how to market your more generic products to your audience for Christmas, then do leave a comment, do let us know, because we can definitely cover that in a video or maybe like a social story or something like that. So let us know about that one. Next up, we've got products. Now, we're circling back to the Christmas themed side of things now. What are some of the products that you can produce at Christmas? So we've got the classic sweatshirt, which could also be a hoodie, to be fair. People have Christmas hoodies, don't they? It's a pretty good thing to do. We've got t-shirts. So like I said before, if you are catering for like a hospitality industry, for example, they might get quite hot running around in a sweatshirt all day if they're serving drinks, serving food. So a t-shirt or a polo or whatever it is that their company likes them to wear, or whatever they feel most comfortable in, that would be another investment to make as well in terms of a product. Of course, we've got aprons in there because that goes hand in hand with what we are going to lead on to today. And then I mentioned before about having things that are, you know, a bit more usable all year round. So even though these are themed as Christmas, we've got pajamas and cushion covers. So they're just things that people could, you know, people tend to buy them a lot at Christmas. They tend to buy matching sets of family pajamas. They like to buy little token gifts for people. So there's a very, very wide range of products you could print here. I've just named 5, but there are a lot more that you could print here. I saw a couple of really good tote bag design ideas the other day of people like with buying my Christmas presents and things like that. So yeah, there's a lot that you guys can use. And obviously with your heat press, there is no limit with what you can decorate on. So next, let's talk about who to sell to. Understanding your target market is such an important factor when it comes to this, because Christmas covers all ends of the spectrum, right? So you've got people that are buying like gifts on Etsy for family members, all the way through to managers and production managers that kit out their entire staff for the festive season. Two very different ends of the market. So there's no point going in and pitching a corporate client something that you might pitch to someone who's looking for a gift. That just won't work, and you won't make a sale like that. So make sure you do your research, look at your current customer base and go, okay, who would I be marketing these Christmas products at? Who's most likely to take an interest? So think about your current corporate customers. As I've just said, we're talking about hospitality a lot today, purely because this is such a good section, such a good industry for festive apparel. The other thing I wanted you guys to think about was the design type that you're offering these customers. So if you are printing corporate festive wear for a brand, for example, or for a business, do they want something that's quite simple, that just sort of says Merry Christmas from said company? Or do they want something that's a bit more creative, a bit more fun, a bit more out there for the festive season? We can't tell you guys that. You will know that from your customers, from the relationships you've built with them. You'll get a vibe for what they'll want this year. So make sure you're considering that and giving them a helping hand with ideas if they need it. So here's just an example of a couple of ways to incorporate Christmas into like a brand, for example. So we've used obviously our Styles brand name here because I don't fancy getting told off or being sued from using another company's logo. But we are doing, so one side is like a more of a basic kind of Merry Christmas from Styles. I suppose you could take away the snowflakes behind it and make it even simpler if you wanted to. And then on the other side, we've got a bit more of a fun, wacky, bit more busy design going on. And to be fair, I'd wear both of those. I think they're both quite cool.
The one on the right hand side with the Fair Isle style print would be perfect for anything in hospitality. You can see there's like Christmas food and drink in there. So.
Is that a chicken? There's a chicken on a plate in there.
A roast turkey.
Oh, it's a turkey. Sorry. It's August, guys. Bear with me. I'm just getting into the mindset. So I think that looks really cool. And I mean, to be fair, even if you were going, I mean, again, this is another conversation, but even if you were going into like schools and things like that, that would be a really cool print to do for them. You could put like their school logo in place of all the images. You know, there's so much you can do with just a few different designs for this. So target market, continuing on, as I mentioned before, the gifting side of things. Now, I don't want to touch too much on this today because, like I said, we're focusing on how to profit at Christmas. We're focused on the bigger corporate customers and how you can really maximize that this year. But let's not forget that Etsy and gifting is still a massive, massive part of the festive season. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because you don't have to have 1,000,001 design ideas to be successful selling on Etsy. You could come up with 3, 4, 5 designs, put them across a range of different colored sweatshirts, for example. You could create mock-ups. You haven't even got to take pictures of the actual product. Like, I guarantee you at least 1, 2, I reckon minimum 3, maybe 4 of those pictures are probably fake mock-ups that I've taken from Etsy on this slide. So be creative and inspire people. So basically just take the 3 to 5 designs that you want to do. Keep it simple. Don't overwhelm yourself or the buyer. You don't need that many designs because 9 times out of 10 people don't really know what they want to buy for Christmas. If they're not really feeling very creative or there's too many options and they're a bit overwhelmed, make the decision for them. Be a bit creative and put something in front of them that will make them laugh or will make them feel festive or make them think, oh, that's a perfect gift for so-and-so. So don't discount Etsy when it comes to making money at Christmas. But like I said, that is a whole other presentation in itself because the Etsy and the gifting market is just a whole other world. So again, we can cover that and we can help you out. But today we are focusing on corporate. So I just wanted to touch on this. I just wanted to mention it, bring it in. Because it is something that if you do have a heat press and you already have an Etsy store set up, for example, then it could be a really, really easy way to just get some extra profit in for Christmas. Before we move on to the next slide, do we have any further questions from people? Because I need a hydration break.
Just a couple of hellos. Hello to Comfy and Cozy who are joining us on YouTube. I think we met you a few weeks ago on TikTok. So
I remember Comfy and Cozy.
Yeah, it's lovely to see you over on YouTube. And Ian, who's commented on Facebook, yes, we did used to be Target Transfers.
Why was that all capitals?
We are now Styles UK. We are the same company.
I love the fact that that's all caps as well. Very, very, very important question, clearly. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Now, this is my favorite part, obviously, because we are Styles UK and we specialize in presses and decoration. So Christmas, this is the fun part, right? Adding the custom designs, adding all of the different effects. This is the fun part. So today, not only are we going to talk about the different decoration types that you can have for Christmas, but we are also going to talk about pricing and how you can get the best price for your business, because we want to make sure that you're getting not only the best price so that you can make the most profit, but that you're also maximizing our scaling pricing system to the max and making sure that everything you do is for the best. So let's, for example, take a full color transfer, so our ultra color heat transfers. The reason I've chosen this one to use as the main example today is because in the past, we've seen one color, two color Christmas designs go through, you know, maybe sort of the more slogan-y based ones on Etsy. That's all great. But with ultra color transfers, full color digital transfers, you have the ability to create such unique standout ideas when it comes to the festive season that you never could before. And the best part is that these are now affordable to print for you as well. So it doesn't cost a ridiculous amount, or you don't have to do a million layers of vinyl, and you can get gradients now, which is something we couldn't before. So there's so many reasons to choose full color, and the price point of it is non-negotiable at this point. So let's take an A3 sheet, for example. You could fit lots of designs on an A3 sheet. We're going to cover that in a minute. We're going to talk about gang sheets. But first of all, let's look at the price point of view for 25, 50 and 100 sheets of ultra color in A3. And like I said, this is an unlimited color transfer. So we don't charge anything extra. The more colors you add in and the more complicated you make it, it is one flat price that does get lower the more sheets you order, which is why it's perfect for those corporate clients that are going to be ordering multiples and high volumes, which again, we will touch on later on the specifics of that. So if you were to order 25 ultra color transfers, they'd cost you £3.52 per sheet, which compared to the minimum order of 10, which is the minimum for ultra color, 10 sheets of the transfers, you're saving 43%. Now already, just by ordering 25 sheets, that's a big saving. That's a pretty big saving. Now, if we're to jump to 50 sheets, you are paying £2.47 per sheet. Again, for an A3 sheet, which is quite big, full colour, £2.47 is not bad. That's a 61% saving. But if we jump to 100 sheets, which if you're doing corporate festive wear for hospitality and other workwear markets, you will definitely be ordering in 100 minimum, I would say easily for the staff. Because if you think about it, it's not just one staff, it's minimum, say 5. I would say even go up to 50, 20, 25, depending on how big the work company is. And then it won't just be one t-shirt, it will be a t-shirt for every day they work. So let's say 5 t-shirts, 5 days a week. And then depending on how many shifts you have as well. So if it's a restaurant, you might have a morning or an afternoon and an evening shift. So again, you're doubling all of those numbers all the time. So these are going to really add up and really stack up your profit margins this year without you even really realizing. So 100 is really easily doable. And with that, you have £2.03 per sheet, which is a 68% saving. So that's just ridiculous. The fact that you can, order the same transfer, just a few more of them, and you're dropping your price already, which means that you're just making more profit. So that is one of the main reasons to use ultra color transfers. Another being the ease and efficiency. We print them here for you. We ship them to you. All you have to do is heat press them. Unfortunately, we are not going to be heat pressing today because we are focusing on the profit numbers, but we do have another Christmas live coming in a few weeks' time where we are going to physically heat print all of the items for you and show you how to do that. So you'll be very, very prepared. So the ease and the efficiency, they just rock up at your door. All you have to do is press them. It takes 12 seconds. And because of the low temperature, they apply at 120 degrees. You can apply them to such a wide range of garments and materials. Because of the low temperature, it minimizes the scorching. So if you're doing, aprons, for example, that might be more prone to scorching, they probably won't with ultracolor because it's such a low fuse temperature. Okay, let's move on to how many designs you can fit on a sheet. So as I said before, if you're doing A3, this is purely priced on one design per sheet. But if we move on and gang our sheet up, which for those of you new to transfers is where you put more than one design on a sheet, We've got 4 on here. So we've got I would say like an A4 size print on the bottom half, and then 3 different designs on at the top. Now with 4 designs per sheet, 25 sheets of this was £3.52. But if you divide that by 4, the design becomes 88 pence per design. So that's significantly dropped. If we were doing 50 sheets, it would be 61p per design, and for 100, 50p per design. Now, for a full colour festive print, 50 pence is ridiculous a price. That's just insane. And if you think about how much the actual garments cost, which again, I have got those numbers in here for you as well, you can make a significant amount of profit on these garments. 50p for a full colour. Am I hearing that right? That is the right price.
It's pocket money, guys.
It's ridiculous. Okay, so we were talking about ultra colour transfers, which again I highly recommend for festive wear. Very, very good. But we do also have, it's Christmas, we can't forget about the special finishes. So not only do we have our glitter vinyl, which I probably should have put at the top, that's like one of our most popular vinyls at Christmas. It's so sparkly, it's so pigmented, it's beautiful, I love it. And one of the main reasons I like Christmas Hero Styles is because we get to use the glitter vinyl a lot. So that is one that I would definitely consider adding to your product range. We've also released 2 new heat transfer vinyls recently, one of which being glow in the dark, which I think would be such a fun one to use at Christmas. There would be some amazing things you could do, especially with like kids wear for Christmas, couldn't you?
Do you remember our conversation with Laura from Mantis World where she said that the Christmas pajama market had got out of control? Think glow HTV.
When you put the kids to bed at Christmas and they're glowing, yeah.
That'd be so cool.
So that's a really, really good idea. And even for, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like any like hospitality examples, but even if you were doing, I don't know, concerts throughout Christmas or anything like that, you could have like glow in the dark t-shirts for that, or there's so many opportunities with that. And the good thing about this new glow heat transfer vinyl product is that it doesn't just look good when it glows in the dark, it looks good in the day as well. So typically glow in the dark heat transfer vinyl or any form of glow in the dark garment decoration was like a white kind of lime color, and then it would like glow that lime in the dark, but it kind of looked a bit offish in the day. So what we've done is not only have we got a really, really good white heat transfer vinyl that does glow lime, we've also released 5 neon colors. So we've got yellow, pink, blue, orange, and green, and they all not only glow incredibly well, as you can see from this example, there's no editing on this. That is literally the top version in the day and then the bottom version at night. But they look really good in the day as well because they are proper neon colors. They look a little bit like our neon sports film colors. Like they're just that, I was gonna say potent, that's not the right word.
I'm just thinking about cool Christmas pajama designs now.
She's off. She's going to be making reels.
You could use the clear one that glows lime in the dark as
Yeah.
a secret Christmas message for when the light
For when Santa comes.
Yeah.
Genius. I love that. Yeah, so glow and glitter are 2 that would be really fun to play around with for Christmas. I do also want to mention our shimmer screen print inks, which is the 3rd image along, the one that's got 5 different colors of Christmas. We have got these on Easy View, our custom heat transfer ordering website, and they are available to add to your order at no extra charge. Now, the reason that we're mentioning special finishes is not only because it's Christmas and everyone loves a little bit of glitter, a little bit of sparkle, but you can charge extra for these. So if you're producing something and you can add a bit of glitter to it, or you can chuck some shimmer ink into that screen print design, you can increase the perceived value of your product, which means that you can charge more for it, but you're not really paying any more for it. So you're just going to make more profit, and your products are going to stand out more from competitors because they're just going to look so much cooler. And when they're looking at the really boring one from the printer down the road and the cool Christmas ones that you're coming up with, whether it be full color, whether it be shimmer screen print, whether it be glitter, whether it be glow, there's a lot of options. You can create such a cool range of festive garments this year that you will be guaranteed to win those orders. And even if the customer doesn't go with a special effect, even if they do want something really plain and boring, one color, nothing against that, it's very popular, but they will have confidence that you're the right person to do the job because you've got the knowledge and the experience of printing with all of these products. So even if you don't end up using them, still offer them, still let your customers know that this is something you can do, because it will just back you even more to secure you that job. Okay, let's talk about pricing. So how do you then take the price of these decorations and make a profit? Let's talk about sweatshirts to start with. Okay, so this is the JH030 sweatshirt from Audis. This is a classic. We use it all the time. We love it. It's very high quality. It's 280 GSM, so it's got quite a nice feel to it, but it's not too thick. It's not too heavy, not too warm if you're wearing it sort of around the house at Christmas and you've got the heating on and fire going and a glass of wine in your hand and you can feel your cheeks flushing and it gets a bit much. You can still wear your Christmas jumper. Why are you laughing?
You can tell she's talking from experience there.
Yeah, maybe. So then, not in this office at the moment, though. It's freezing in here. So we've got that jumper, really, really nice GSM on it. And it only costs around I forgot to update that price grid. Do forgive me, everyone. $6.75. I put $6.99. That's obviously wrong. But either way, 20p difference. I think we'll all survive. So £6.75 for the sweatshirt. Now, obviously, these change based on how many quantities you order. So if you order more, I'm pretty sure the price goes down on a few of them. Like if you order a batch of 10, 20, 50. So even more savings to be had there, which is great. And I'm going to go with the decoration cost of 61 pence, which if you remember from our previous slide, was the 50 sheet quantity. Now, the reason I'm going for this is it's a bit like a middle ground when it comes to corporate clients. I would say 50 is probably the minimum amount of sheets you're going to need if you're printing for workwear clients. So we're going to go with that. But obviously, you guys know that the more sheets you order and the more orders you get from your customers, the lower that decoration cost will become. So I would say that 61p is probably like the most expensive decoration cost you're going to have when it comes to ultra color transfers. So that brings your total cost to around £7.60. £7.60 to produce a festive jumper, which you could sell for anywhere between 14, 15 to probably near on £40, to be honest, depending on the market, depending on the customer, which leaves you with a profit anywhere between £6 to £30 per garment. People pay £30 for a garment. You're making £30 off of each garment. That is ridiculous. So, I mean, let's just leave this slide up for a second so everyone can soak in the profit to be made on these jumpers. So, yeah, like I say, you just have to really understand your numbers before you go into this. Is it worth doing for you? Is the garment that you want to use going to be more expensive and you're going to have to pitch it at a slightly higher quality? Or do you need to reconsider the garments you're going to use? Do you need to restructure your gang sheets to make it more cost effective? All of these things you need to figure out before you start marketing your products, because if you mock up a few designs and chuck them on Instagram and go, who likes this one? Who likes that one? And then when you come to actually print it, you realize it's not cost effective, but you've already shown it to your customers. You're kind of stuck. You either need to take it off and make yourself look a little bit silly, or you go with it and you don't make as much profit, which isn't the aim here. The aim is to make sure that you can utilize Christmas to make profit this year. So this was the sweatshirt section. I have got a couple of other examples in here for you. So like we mentioned before, t-shirts, especially for things like hospitality, cafes, restaurants, you're not going to want to be running around in a jumper all day. It's going to be too warm. T-shirts are obviously even less. And so we've got £3.48 here for your t-shirt. And again, decoration cost of around 60p. Now that's going to leave you with a profit of around, I'd say probably like £10, which means if you're selling it for 15 to 20, again, a significant profit there. Okay, so this is absolutely ridiculous, the money you can make on these. And then we've got aprons as well, £3.29 for an apron. And this is a premier one as well. This is a decent quality apron. This isn't a cheap apron. So you will be able to sell these to your corporate clients that are in hospitality, restaurants, coffee shops, bars, anything like that. And you can also get on Ralawise the little mini aprons, you know, the ones that go around the bottom half. So if you are like working behind a bar, you don't need the full apron.
Or the wait staff.
All the wait staff. Yeah, you can offer both. And then for like kitchen staff, they can also have ones as well. So significant profit to be made. Blank apparel, really not that expensive when it comes down to it, especially if you're ordering a volume, because same as the transfers, the more you order, the cheaper they get, which is great. Now let's talk numbers. This is the area that I really want you guys to focus on. And obviously the decoration and the pricing of the products is important, but what I really want you to leave today with is the understanding of how much money there is to be made when it comes to kitting out workwear customers for the festive season, regardless of how creative they want to get with their designs, whether it's, like I said, boring, or whether you want to help them have a bit more fun, have a bit more creative freedom. let's just take one restaurant as an example. So let's say, for example, there's around 20 staff working in a restaurant, which I would say is very, very realistic. I mean, there's about 10 restaurants within walking distance from here, and all of them, I would say, have a minimum of 20 staff. When you consider the people working behind the bar, the people working in the kitchen, the people in front of house, the waiters and waitresses, there's a lot of people that work just within one restaurant, right? Now, if you think about it, every person needs at least 5 t-shirts, right? Whether they work double shifts over the weekend or whether they work Monday to Friday, they will need a t-shirt for each working day or shift that they do. So 5 t-shirts per person, 20 t-shirts, that's a lot to start with. Now, we're talking about hospitality, so of course they're going to need aprons as well, especially if you're wearing the printed t-shirt. Like I said, you could have the sort of half apron around the bottom, or for the guys out back, you can have, the full ones if you want, but that's going to be another 5 garments, because I know it's an apron and it's like an overlayer essentially, but they're still going to get mucky. The reason you wear an apron is so you don't get food on your actual clothes, but if you wear a t-shirt for an entire shift, you're not going to wear it again without washing it. So realistically, you do need one of each for each shift. So that's 10 pieces for every person working. That's ridiculous. And then if we take it to another level, like I said before, restaurants, especially at the weekends, have 2 shifts. So people come in the morning, work the lunchtime shift, maybe into the afternoon, and then they swap over and the evening shift comes in. That's then doubled straight away your order that you're going to be producing for that one restaurant. So if we work all of this out, 20 staff need 5 garments, plus another 5 if they're doing aprons, times all of that by 2, because there's 2 shifts per day. For one restaurant, you're printing 400 products, just like that right there, for one restaurant. Now, if you circle back to the location podcast that we did, localization, it's basically the same thing. We talk about how many businesses there are within local reach of where you're working from. And within Braintree, I mean, I can't remember the exact statistics, it's been a while, but there were a lot of businesses within 5-10 miles of where we are. And I mean, we're right, what?
We were like the 43rd smallest town in England.
243rd.
Right?
Yeah, it was tiny,
yeah,
absolutely tiny.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of restaurants, bars within walking distance from us. So think about how many places there are within your home, within your production shop, workshop, wherever it is you print, and make the most of those, because like I said, just this one restaurant, 400 printed garments. Imagine if you made even £10 on each of those. That's 4K right there. If you made £20, right? Do you see what I'm saying? Things can just add up. So Christmas is such an important time if you own a heat press. And it doesn't even have to really be something that you promote if you don't want to. Like if you have a standing relationship with someone that has their own restaurant or has their own cafe, you can just approach them without putting anything on your socials. Leave your business as it is. You can then approach your customers that you think would be, or that you've had conversations with about it, and say, look, this is what I can do for you. This is what the quote would be, blah, blah, blah. If you get 2 or 3 businesses to sign off on that, that will keep you busy throughout the whole Christmas season. You don't even have to go into really pushing it. However, we will touch on marketing in a little bit, but first I want to talk about the efficiency of your production. Now, we've just said, if you are printing 400 products per cafe, restaurant, shop, company, whatever, you are going to be busy. But if you get 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 of those, you're going to be printing a lot of garments. So we want to make sure that your production printing flow is efficient. Andy and I have recently made a video about how to save your print business 86 working days every single year. Now, I'm not going to give you the specifics and I'm not going to go into detail because A, we'll be here all lunchtime and we need to eat as well, people, before we go back to printing. And 2, the whole video is there and it explains it very, very well, much better than I could do babbling on to you here. So I'm going to ask Beth to put a link in the chat right now for that video so you guys can go and have a look at it. But one thing I will say is that some of the things that we touch on and some of the things you can expect to change and improve in your business are what transfer product you're using, how you're maximizing that. So are you using a one-step transfer? If you're using a product that you have to press, peel, and press again, you're doubling your production time and you are wasting valuable seconds. So if you're using a transfer, you have to press twice. bin it off straight away. I don't even know why you're still considering using them. You want a one step, you want a peel, put to the side, done, ship it to the customer, get the money in, sign it off. Second one is loading the garment. Is it quick and easy? Is the t-shirt pulling? Are you wracking the garment when you're loading it? Is it quick and does it glide on? Is it catching? Is it taking you extra seconds to position it properly? That's not what we want. We want you to be able to just glide that t-shirt on, place a transfer, bam, and go. And the last one is the placement of it. Are you wasting time, particularly with like left chest placements and things, making sure they're straight, making sure they match up with the seams? We don't want to be doing that. We want the placement to be on the press waiting for us so that we can just match it up and go. And that is how we're going to show you how to do that. So if you want to know how to save 86 working days per year, click the link in the description. Thank you very much, Beth.
Armchair Detector says that they have already watched the video and they enjoyed it very much, especially the last machine.
The last machine, and I'll give you a clue. You can see it behind me. If everyone can see me, because I'm like this big on the screen. Right, moving on to equipment. Now, obviously, we talk about making your production process more efficient, but using the right equipment is vital for efficiency, accuracy, high quality product, and creating a premium product that's going to last. Now, the reason that I wanted to mention these right now is because if you are thinking of printing for Christmas, like we've just said, your volume is going to be higher. You're going to be printing for companies that expect high quality, long lasting products. You don't want to be printing that with an import press that's got inconsistent heat, inconsistent pressure. It's going to scorch the garment. The transfer is going to peel off after a few washes. These people are going to be working a lot over the Christmas break. They're going to be washing that t-shirt once, twice a week, if that. You do not want them to get a month into their Christmas production and then have their transfers peel off and have the restaurant managers coming to you going, our staff have no clothes to wear because all of the transfers are peeled off and they look rubbish.
I'm going to stop you there and say, take a deep breath before we go on this round.
Thank you very much. Beth just did the Ross from Friends thing to me, like, calm down. But just as a business owner, can you imagine that happening? If you're printing using an inferior transfer product or a cheap heat press, you do a batch of t-shirts, you do your 400 prints that we've done for one restaurant, you send them all off, and then within a couple of weeks, they've sent them all back to you and gone, we want our money back, you need to reprint these. Time, who's got time to reprint 400 t-shirts? Just no. Secondly, money, they're not going to be paying for that reprint. That's going to be you replacing that. And if you're still using the same bad transfers and the same bad press, it's just going to happen again. And you just, you could potentially bankrupt your business if we're being serious. Like it's not going to end well. So if you do want a high quality heat press, I feel like that was a really dramatic lead into a bundle page.
We have the heat press for you.
We have the heat press for you. Shopping channel, anyone? No, so we want to talk about bundles. So we have got some fantastic offers on our heat presses at the moment. And basically with these, what you get is a heat press at a slightly discounted price. You get transfer credit, again, at a discounted price, and a load of accessories. So if you go and watch the efficiency video, you'll see that we use things like platen covers to make gliding the garment on and off a lot quicker. We've got caddy stands to make them threadable, which mean that not only is it easier to load, but you're more efficient. The quality of the print is better. The longevity is better. It's just, there's so much going on with this. So with each of these bundles, you can get the world's #1 heat presses, which are Hotronics. They are made with steel. They're made in America. They are tested. They've got over-center pressure. They've got consistent heat. There's so much that I could talk about with these, but that's a separate live. And you can get transfer credit for the longest lasting #1 heat transfers on the planet, all are to reduce cost. So if you want to be more efficient and know that you're producing the best quality products this year, and you want to upgrade your print set, or maybe you're just starting and you just want a little bit of a deal rather than paying outright for the full press, these bundles are for you. So I've just got 3 on here as an example, but there are more on our website, styles.co.uk/bundle. So go online and check those out. Beth has raised her hand.
It's worth saying as well, I know we have at least 2 American watches with us. The bundles that Molly is showing are UK specific, but US also have
they do have offers
and bundles on their website as well. So they might not be the same as what we're showing you right here. These are for the UK watchers, UK buyers, UK customers. But go over to styles.com and they will definitely have some things going on over there.
They have got some offers coming, and I'm pretty sure they've got some on the website now actually. So yes, definitely check those out. And the great thing as well is that all of these heat presses are in stock and ready. They're literally behind that wall that's on this side of me. And if you order them today, they will be with you the next working day. So we do have next day delivery available. I believe it's if you order by 4, might be 3, maybe do it now just to be safe. But yeah, you can have those and be up and ready to print on Monday. So if you're watching this thinking, I really do want to print for Christmas and I would love to get started, but it's just too late in the year, I'm not going to be ready. Yes, you will. Order it now. There's minimal heat press setup. All you have to do is put it out of the box and turn it on. It's really not that hard. And such great savings with these bundles. Honestly, you will basically make the money back to pay off the press with the £200 heat transfer credit you get in this bundle if you pitch it right, like we've talked about today. So you're basically getting a free heat press if you buy this bundle and print for Christmas. All I'm going to say. Plus with profit as well. Right, last slide, last section. We've nearly made it, guys. It's 40 minutes in, so I do appreciate everyone that's still with me. We're going to talk about marketing. Now, I'm not going to go too in depth today on this live because we have already done an hour and 20-minute long live on marketing your business. Why are you pulling face?
It was an hour and 20 minutes.
It was an hour and 20 minutes because at one point Beth tapped her watch at me and I was like, no, we're going to keep going because I'm not done yet. So there is a very, very in-depth marketing video on our YouTube channel, which I have linked here. The slides are the wrong way around, but bear with me. So marketing your print business. I know it says for beginners, but this honestly applies to anyone that runs a print business because it's all about how to maximize your marketing without hiring someone, without taking extra time out of your week. So regardless of whether you're printing 100 or 1,000 t-shirts a day, you can benefit from this. So jump on and watch that live. Go back to, if you go to YouTube and hit on the live tab, it's about 2 or 3 lines down. We did it in June, so it really wasn't that long ago. But just jumping back, I will touch on a few tips and tricks for your marketing for Christmas and some of the highlights, I guess, that we sort of touched on during that live. So the first one I'll discuss is creating mock-ups of products before you go into production. Now, we mentioned about creating products and having the cost of them be too much if you haven't figured out your pricing and the transfers are the wrong size, etc. But you can get an idea for what your customers want and what they would buy from you by creating those mock-ups and using free resources like Canva, and you can get designs on there as well. You can design in Adobe, for example, and then load them onto mock-ups. One that we really love to use as well is all of the blank shots from the blank companies. So Ralloise have a really good marketing hub that you can download all the pictures from. Audis, Bella Canvas, TryDry, they all have amazing assets, images, videos of their products that you might be printing on for the festive season. So you can go ahead and take those products, put your designs on there, create some mock-ups and share them with your customers and ask them which ones they'd be interested in buying, get a bit of a feel for which ones people like the most. So that's a really easy and free way to figure out what would be most popular and what would sell for you this Christmas. Okay, then we've got filming yourself making the products. Now, like I said, this is definitely one I'd go back and watch my marketing talk for because we really went over sort of content creation, how to maximize it, what to do in such detail. And I'm only going to be able to touch on it today. But one of the key things we did talk about was filming yourself while you're making the products. So rather than going, okay, I'm going to take out 2 hours of my weekend to create reels for my social media business. No, while you're printing or while you're already creating those products using your heat press, prop your phone up, hit record, do a time lapse, do a video, take some pictures, whatever, of what you're already doing. You're already doing it, it's no extra time, and you get real time content out of it. So make sure you're filming yourself making your products, even when you're sort of into the Christmas period. Number 3, tell your customers what you're selling. Now, I know that quite a few people have a little bit of a reservation when it comes to promoting on socials. I feel like accounts go one of 2 ways. You either get accounts that literally just promote what they're selling, or you get accounts that just have engagement on them, right? So people that just post memes and things like that. What you want to try and do for your business is create a happy medium with the two. You want your social media to be a place where people come and they enjoy the content. They find it satisfying. They find it engaging. They can switch off to it. They find it funny, all of those kind of things. But at the same time, you want them to be aware of what you're selling and what your products are. But you don't want to bombard them with sales posts. So what you want to do is find somewhere in the middle where you can connect with them, you can engage, you can share things about your business. But then when it comes to Christmas and times like this, you can post something and go, right, guys, this is what we've got for Christmas. This jumper's this much. We can do these prints. You are allowed to talk about and sell your products on your social media. Just don't ram it down your customers' throats, because I'm pretty sure you will then lose followers from that. But do make sure you are telling them what you're selling every now and again.
Sorry, I was just giggling behind the camera because I was checking out our LinkedIn comments, and Mel said, I can't believe you said the C word already.
The C word, Christmas. Mel, it's Christmas. It's August. It's Christmas. We're talking about Christmas.
It's worth
Christmas.
It's worth noting as well for the American watchers, everything that Molly's talking about right now applies to Thanksgiving as well. Think about how
Halloween.
many restaurants are doing.
Halloween's massive in America.
And Thanksgiving is enormous as well.
Yeah.
Do parades and all sorts.
Very true. All of the holiday seasons.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 4 kind of links to what we were just talking about. Engage with your customers, connect with your customers. I'm not going to dwell too much on that one because you will know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, check out the marketing talk. And number 5 is using customer content with permission, of course. Now, especially over the Christmas season, if you get customers posting pictures or sending you pictures of them in your Christmas jumpers, in your tops, in your aprons, if you get team pictures from the restaurant and they don't mind you tagging them, things like that, make sure you're using all of that content because essentially they're making your social media content for you. And it's technically like a review in a post. So like I've always said before, how many people buy products without reading the reviews? Not many. If you've got people physically wearing and using the products they purchase from you, that just reiterates to future customers that, you know, people do love your products, they do use them, they wear them, and that they are of good quality as well. So yeah, make sure you're using customer posts. We absolutely love it when we get pictures and videos from you guys using our products because A, we love to see what you're creating, but B, it's fantastic for us because we can reshare you using our products and all Beth has to do is click one button. It's great content for everyone. She's not lazy, she works very hard. Okay, so Beth, while you're working very hard, would you please drop a LinkedIn? She's already done it.
I worked even harder. I did that 5 minutes ago.
She's trying to prove a point now. So the marketing talk, link in the chat. Make sure you go and check that out. Even after this one, we can have another hour of me. Fun times.
Well,
don't laugh.
Armchair Detective might very well do that because they've said great marketing advice, Molly. So
thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the conversation and the talk. Skipping through. Okay, so you'll be pleased to know 45 minutes in, we are basically done. The timeline that we discussed initially, I just want to circle back and reiterate where we are at right now at the time of you watching this live. We are in August. You need to be talking about Christmas. Like I said, reach out to any contacts you might have. Brainstorm it with friends and family. If you've got a business coach or a mentor, anyone like that, reach out, have a chat, figure out what you want to do, maybe mock up some designs and show it to your best customers that you've got good relationships with, things like that. And then as we head into September, even to be honest, towards the end of August, if you're ready and you've got the ideas, you can start planning your products, start pulling some designs together, start mocking some things up, start pulling inspiration from the different products on Ralowise, maybe order a few samples in so that you know what you're doing. And are you okay?
Oh, sorry.
I thought she was going to talk. She was going to sneeze.
I was trying not to hiccup into the mic.
Okay, we'll continue. Yeah, sorry, I thought you were going to say something important. Normally I can't see you very well, but Beth's sitting right opposite me, so I can see everything she's doing. And then into September, we are going to start planning. Okay, so obviously we've then got October, but by then we will be doing another live and we will be physically heat pressing in this one. Now, I know a lot of you join our lives every week to see us use the equipment, see us print things onto different garments, the transfers, things like that. And I promise you we will do that in the second Christmas live, which I believe is like 3 or 4 weeks out. I don't think it's that far. So get prepared and get organized now so that when we do the printing, you know what you're looking for. And if you want to give us some suggestions of things that you want to print for Christmas, but you're not sure how to do it, leave a comment below and we will cover how to print those items in the live, because we'll probably end up doing things like aprons, pajamas, sweatshirts, t-shirts. We did tea towels last year, cushion covers. That was fun. Socks, gloves. There's so much stuff. So just let us know if there's anything in specific or anything you have a question on. And before we go, I just want to give you a few updates from us at Styles UK. So like I mentioned, exclusive heat press bundles with big savings. So make sure you check those out, styles.co.uk/bundles. There is probably a link in the comments already. Yes, there is. Thank you, Beth. Then we've got the winter warm-up event. Now, this kind of goes hand in hand with Christmas, winter, coats, festive, all of the same thing. We are co-hosting an event with Ralowise on the 11th and 12th of September. The 11th is going to be at Ralowise HQ and the 12th is going to be here at Styles Innovation Centre. You can sign up for that now. Tickets are free, but they are selling out quickly. I believe we've only got a few spaces left for each event at the moment. So make sure you book in for that, because sign-ups have been flying through the roof this week, which is absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to see all of you. And you will be getting, if you come, I believe it's like a free, what is it, £100 Storm Tech jacket or something along those lines?
Yeah, I'm saying
Minimum 100, maybe even 150, like depending on the one they give us.
The goodie bag is lit, guys.
Like, I want a goodie bag. We're hosting and I want a goodie bag. Like, I'm going to try and steal one at the end of the event. Yeah, so tickets are free for that. You can sign up. As I've said, it's worth coming just for the goodie bag, but seriously do come and learn how to heat print onto winter apparel. It's all of the things that thank you for the link. I just saw the very efficient hand motion there. It's all of the accessories and apparel that you might find challenging to decorate on. So we've got things like jackets, fleece, gilet, caps, bags. There's so much. There are so many things that we're going to be showing you how to print onto, and they're high value items as well. So they're things that you're probably a bit nervous to test print on in case you mess it up. Like we said, £100 jacket. If that goes wrong, that's a big waste to the business. We're going to show you how to get it right every single time so that you can profit from the winter season. Well, winter warmer event plus Christmas, all of our customers are going to be able to retire. We should probably stop giving them such good advice. Then obviously we touched on our new HTV products. We've got glow and soft foam. They are now available to order online, styles.co.uk, and they are available with next day shipping. Really cool colors. Check those out. If you did miss last week's live, I'm wrapping this up now because I know I've been talking for way too long. We did launch jumbo screen print transfers last week, a brand new size for our 1 to 5 color plastisol heat transfers, the most popular transfer for over 40. I wonder when we can start saying over 50 years. It's been a blimmin' long time that they've been very popular. And you can now get the jumbo sheet. And if I remember correctly, it's 67 by 43 centimeters. Something like that. It's huge. If I had one right now, it physically wouldn't fit in this frame. It's absolutely massive. So you can go online and check that out. And finally, don't forget to like and subscribe on whatever platform you're watching on, because we do post new videos, podcasts, and live events every single week. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. It is now time to go and press and profit. Thank you very much. It's been 50 minutes. I think that was pretty damn good.
You sounded like you were on a times speed then.
I'm very aware that everyone's probably hungry and have only got a little bit of time left to lunch. So we just wanted to wrap up the updates, which I'll leave on there for you to view.
Before we go, Armchair Detective says, how are you printing tea towels and can they be used as such?
Printing tea towels. What did we do last year? We did ultra color we did full color last year. And depending on the size of them, really. So the ones that we did fit over the 45-50 platen just fine. So we literally just laid the tea towel out, pre-pressed it, transferred it, pressed it, done. If you're printing onto one that's maybe like got a slightly different texture or is a bit of a different size, then you might need to get pillows involved. But if you let us know what tea towel in specific you're using, we can maybe give you some advice for that, and we can definitely print on some next time.
Yeah, we don't have a link for a video for something like that already, but with the
we have an old live where we printed on it, but again we'll do that in a few weeks' time for you anyway.
Keep
so you
your
can
eyes
watch.
peeled. I'm sure we'll cover that in the coming weeks.
Any other comments before we go?
The end.
The end. Thank you so much to everybody for watching and staying with me. I can see that all of our viewers have consistently been here since the beginning, so thank you. I really hope you found it useful and that you can now go away and figure out how to profit this Christmas. Like I said, we do have events on our YouTube channel every single Friday, so do make sure that you like and subscribe. Make sure you check out Andy's most recent YouTube video, how to save 86 working days per year. It's a massive saving, especially if you're printing high volume. And yeah, I'm going to stop talking now. We're going to go and have lunch. Thank you everyone for joining me, and we'll be back next Friday with another live.